Dating in Your 50s, Part 2. First Dates and Immediate Regrets. Quick question. Have you ever gotten dressed for a first date and thought, wow, this outfit says emotionally available, but also needs lumbar support? Because if you're dating in your 50s, you are brave, you are tired, and you are about to meet a stranger from the internet who thinks his best angle is from 2009. Now comes a moment where you leave the house on purpose to meet Antonio. So buckle up, adjust your waistband of lies, and emotionally prepare to learn way too much about someone's gallbladder before appetizers arrive. Welcome back to The Struggle Continues. If you're here for part 2, congratulations. I survived the swiping phase. I was so cute back then, so full of hope, so remarkably stupid, because now I actually agreed to meet a stranger from the internet in a public place where people can actually see me. Our parents spent our youth screaming, "Don't talk to strangers. They will harvest your organs." And now here I am, 40 years later, saying, okay, but Antonio says he's a Virgo and he owns a kayak, so maybe I'll give him one kidney? This is the first date episode. This is where your imagination meets reality, and reality is wearing socks with sandals and talking about his gallbladder. So, the day of the date, I do this 12-hour cycle of grief. I woke up and immediately start looking for an act of God to save me. I'm staring at the ceiling like, is that a scratchiness in my throat? Is this C-19? Or maybe it's the bubonic plague. Please, please let it be the plague. I start negotiating with the universe. Okay, God, if he texts me a good morning gift with a cartoon cat, I'm legally obligated to fake my own death. And the universe, which loves to laugh at me, of course, doesn't deliver the cat. Getting ready in your 20s was about the vibe. Getting ready in your 50s is more about structural integrity. I'm not asking, is this sexy? I'm asking myself, can I digest a salad in this without my waistband becoming a tourniquet? If I have to make a run for it, can I sprint in these wedges? Does this scream I'm fun or that I have 3 cats and I have a favorite spatula? I try on the funeral but make it flirty dress and then the I'm a cool mom jeans. I look in the mirror and the mirror looks back like, listen, we're doing the best with what materials were provided. I arrived 10 minutes early because I'm a professional. I'm not here to be fashionably late anymore. I'm there to scope out the exits and identify which waiters look like they'll be good to, fake an emergency phone call. And then Antonio walks in. And my brain just goes, oh, because Antonio doesn't look like his picture. Antonio looks like his picture if it had been left in a damp basement for 15 years. And he's 4 inches shorter, 2 decades more tired, and he's wearing a t shirt that says World's Greatest Grandpa. The struggle began before the water was even poured. Here comes the awkward part, as if it wasn't awkward already. The greeting. It's a nightmare going on in my head. Do I give him a hug? Is it a handshake? Is it that weird A-frame leaning where your torso stays 4 feet apart because you're both afraid of breaking a hip? I end up doing a sort of sympathy pat. The pat on the shoulder like you're a comforting widow. I'm already 100% physically over it, and I haven't even seen the menu yet. The conversation starts, and within 4 minutes, Antonio has bypassed hobbies and gone straight to the great divorce of 2014. I mean, nobody dates in their 50s. We're just exchanging casualty lists. I don't trust women because of my ex-wife took the lawnmower. He says, I'm spiritually enlightened, but I'm currently being sued by my business partner. I was thinking, sir, this is Panera. I'm just wanted a bread bowl and some coffee, not a front row seat to your deposition. I found myself nodding and saying, wow, that's crazy, which is my universal code for I am no longer listening and I am mentally calculating how much wine is in my fridge at home. And eventually, the date becomes an episode of Grey's Anatomy. We start comparing warranties. He mentions his sciatica. I counter with my gluten intolerance. He talks about his CPAP machine. I mention my nightly ritual of 12 supplements and a prayer. We're not flirting anymore. We're checking each other's pulse to see who's going to outlive the appetizers. The check comes. I did the tactical reach for my purse, which, fight me in the comments, I was never going to pay for that meal. He did the I've got it, but looked slightly pained. Then comes the lie, the big one. He says, we should do this again. Why? Why did he say that? I guess because he was being polite and terrified of silence. I just walked to my car, locked the doors, and sat in total darkness for 6 minutes just to remember who I am. Here's the thing, I didn't go because I'm desperate. I went because, despite the sciatica and the bad gifts, I still believe there's someone out there who will make the struggle feel like a team sport, you know? That takes a lot more guts at 50 than it did at 25. I'm a warrior in sensible heels now. I get home, I take off my waistband of lies, and I promise I'm done. I'm deleting the app. I'm joining a convent, and at this point, I'm becoming a professional bird watcher. Well, that vow lasted exactly 11 days because hope is a persistent devil. Next episode, the second date, where I ignore every red flag we just discussed because Antonio sent me a text that was spelled correctly. Thank you for watching The Struggle Continues. Subscribe. Maybe tell me about a first date horror story so I can read it next week. And the struggle, unfortunately, continues. Hopefully I won't get box wine this week. That would be nice. Bye!